one thing that really comes to mind for me is how did you manage to keep the senior leadership bought in throughout all this? Because I would have thought that there must have been certain perspectives that they would have had and expectations, like you said, in some ways, things like minimum attendance and things like that, where, on the other side, you're having employees. I suspect that we're looking for flexibility, and perhaps this might not have been what they wanted to do. So how did you maintain that senior buy-in and engagement throughout what would have been also quite jarring for the leadership too? How did you manage that?
I have to say, I think that I'm really lucky. Our executive leadership team are amazing, and you're so spot on. If the exec team and our CEO weren't completely on board, and in fact, like driving a lot of this work, we would really be in a tricky spot. And I think that we're actually incredibly lucky with having an ambitious leadership group, with having some really strong and aligned aspirations there. We had lots of conversations with our exec. So of course, that conversation, that kind of go no go decision in that September time, do we explore this or not? Then in the December, we got their endorsement of the kind of program and the principles and the approach. We've then kind of fed back to them a number of times, but I mean, I've been called into our exec meeting when they've been grappling with this, like, well, who do we want to be as an employer at Casey? Do we want to allow our team members to live and work interstate and internationally? And what does that kind of look like? Because they are hearing challenges in their own leaders, they're hearing challenges in their own teams. It's the balance, I think, of finding something that is consistent that you can apply to a whole organization while also nuanced enough that you can be individualized where it should. And I do think we found a really good balance in it, but it's tricky, and I would absolutely echo with the kind of sentiment I think that sits behind your question, which is it's also absolutely leader led as well.